Hello everyone. So in this video, the social responsibilities towards different stakeholders. So very important topic in corporate social responsibility. So to the company, they're having a different stakeholders. So they need to fulfill the interest of the different stakeholders, and it's also considered as their obligations. So let us have a clarity on the concept of stakeholder. So we know that business cannot function in isolation. Definitely it depends upon the society for its input as well as output. So it is conducted with the help of various interest group. So those interest group are actually called as stakeholders. So stakeholders are those who have a stake or claim in some aspect of the company's products, operations, markets, industry and outcomes. So here we have the list of very important stakeholders. The customers, ಗ್ರಾಹಕರಾಗಿರಬಹುದು, investors, maybe the shareholders, employees, suppliers of raw materials, government, communities, distributors, banks and financial institutions. So stakeholders can influence and are influenced by the business decisions. So basically there will be two kinds of stakeholders, primary and secondary. Primary stakeholders are those stakeholders whose continued association is necessary for firm's survival. So already I think these stakeholders are directly connected with the operations of the company: employees, customers, shareholders, government and community at large. Secondary stakeholders, we can say that they are not essential, but they are not directly involved in the company's operation. Maybe the media, trade association and other special interest groups. Now this is a model we can explain of different stakeholders. So in the center, company will be there, and all these are primary stakeholders, and in the outer layer we are having the secondary stakeholders. Now let us have a discussion on a very important part, the social responsibility of the business towards different stakeholders. So what are the obligations the company need to meet of these stakeholders? We will discuss in detail. So it may be shareholders, employees, consumers, government, community, suppliers, banks and financial institutions, and finally the marketing intermediaries or distributors. Now the first stakeholder as shareholders or the owners of the business. So you know that owners are those persons who own the business. They're making their investment in the business and they are responsible for the profit or loss as well as they bear the risk also. So the individuals who invest in its business to earn profit in return, so they are called as shareholders. Now here company having certain obligations towards the shareholders in the following areas. First one, providing periodic as well as accurate information about the enterprise. So periodic information means ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಒಂದು ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪನಿದು ಪ್ರಸಕ್ತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗುಂಟು, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಂತದ್ದು. So the company need to disclose the information through reports or circulars or any other mode. Next, providing fair and adequate returns on the capital invested by them. Means there should be a optimum utilization of the owner's fund so that you can provide them adequate return on the capital invested. And third one, appreciation in the value of shares. We can say that maximizing the wealth of the shareholders or increasing your market price. So that ultimately will result in appreciation in the value of shares. Especially I think those shareholders, they purchased the shares of company. If you take the example of Infosys, when Infosys was made its IPO in 1990, the share price was nearly 10 rupees. So now if you see the market value of that company as well as the market price of the company, so it is nearly giving you more than 300% of return. So similarly, there are number of companies are there, so that really gave good return to the shareholders in terms of their market price. Next, timely payment of dividend. So company need to make timely payment of dividend. So dividend can be paid only when company manage to get sufficient profit. Usually the shareholders' expectation is to get dividend from the company regularly. Next, maintaining regular and effective communication with the shareholders through organizing the AGM or general body meeting as well as emergency meetings. Next, preparing the audited financial reports of the business so that the company need to maintain the transparency in the financial statements. That ultimately will help in building the reputation and goodwill of the company. So management should develop and maintain good public image, and we know that a well reputed company commands a lot of respect and trust in the market. So it is very difficult to build the reputation, or we can say that the brand name in the market. So companies like Google, Microsoft, Tata or Reliance, they created that trust in the market. And next, the company need to explore the business opportunities. They need to diversify their operation through optimum use of the capital, as well as they need to minimize their wastages. So what are the potential opportunities they are getting for their development? So the company need to grow and diversify their business. So for the success of the business, I think it is very essential as well as crucial how the opportunity can be explored. And finally, there should be effective use of the owner's fund. Means the resources or the owner's fund should be properly utilized so that the business can be conducted in efficient as well as in a effective manner. So owner's fund should be utilized in the best possible manner so that in the long term as well as in the short term, definitely the shareholders are getting the good return. Now second stakeholders are employees. We know that who are appointed to render service in the organization in exchange of a fixed amount of wages and salaries. So ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So it's very general. So what are the expectation of employees from the company? So company need to make payment fair and timely payment of wages and salary to the employees. So employee should be assured with this. Next, the employee should be appreciated and their hard work should be recognized whenever they will excellently perform. Next, the worker should be ensured with the healthy, harmonious and productive working conditions. We should protect the health, safety and the welfare of the employees. They need to be provided with the medical, insurance, housing, canteen, leave facilities and retirement benefits. So in total, it is considered as the employee service and benefit schemes. Then providing opportunity for the personal growth and development through various training and development programs, facilitating effective communication with the employees, and employees should be paid reasonable amount of bonus and incentives when they perform their work effectively and efficiently. An employee should be provided the opportunity of participation in the management. So they should be given enough freedom in expressing their views. Then finally, there should be an efficient mechanism to redress the workers' grievance through collective bargaining or maybe through the trade unions. Next, responsibility towards the consumers. So we know that consumers are who buy the products or services of the enterprise. So usually consumers are expecting good quality product at a reasonable price. So the company need to provide high quality product and services at a reasonable price. Second one, the company should ensure maximum satisfaction to the customers by giving the value for money. Means if you purchase it a 10 rupees pen. So definitely the customer should get that benefit worth rupees 10 or more. Then only you can say that you created value for the customers. Then the company should avoid some unethical practices. For example, selling the adulterate products, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಲಬೆರಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು, low quality product ಅನ್ನು ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು, or indulging in some black marketing or other unethical business practices. Next, supplying quality standards as promised from the company in terms of its weight or measures, all these things, quality, quantity and all. Next, advertising the products and services to make customers aware about them. So company here, they should not mislead the customers, and what they are showing in the advertisement, so really the customer should get in the market. And next, the customer should be provided after sale services. You know that whenever any technical products purchased from the customers, so they need some after sale services with respect to the demonstration or maintenance, all these things. Then company should ensure the customer care services to solve the grievance of customers with respect to the products and services. And finally, the company should follow or abide by the rules or regulations under the Consumer Protection Act of 2019. Next, what are the responsibility towards the government? So in the legal and regulatory framework, we know that the rules, regulations are formed by the government to protect the interest of the community. So here company need to follow the rules and regulations prepared by the government. It may be the labor laws or with respect to licensing or with respect to the technology. So any issues. Next, abstaining from submitting misleading and false information or documents. It may be considered as a window dressing. Window dressing means misleading the information. Then paying taxes to the government on a regular basis. Should not indulge in any corrupt practices or unlawful activities. May be considered as unfair trade practices, cheating the customers, or indulging in some illegal activities. Next, supporting the government with respect to certain social issues or national issues like poverty eradication, illiteracy, unemployment. And nowadays we can see that many companies, they are donating to government with respect to the Prime Minister Care Fund or Chief Minister Care Fund with respect to the COVID-19 reliefs, as well as whenever in a society any natural calamities are happened. So definitely I think the companies, they are contributing something to the government to address these particular issues. Then what are the responsibility towards the community and society? So here society means in which ultimately the enterprise operates. So first of all, the corporate should behave like a good citizen through promoting the social and cultural values. means doing business in an ethical manner. Next, generating the employment opportunities for the people in the society. So definitely it will improve the standard of living of the people. Contribution towards the upliftment of the weaker section. So they need to support the development of the women in the workplace, as well as the weaker section of the society should be given opportunity in the workplace by following the reservation policy of the government. Then protecting the physical and ecological environment of the society means they should not be harmful to the environment, abiding the rules of the Environmental Pollution Control Board, they're having proper waste management, then providing education, health and other basic amenities to the people as well as to the community. Then contribution to the community development programs, for example, sponsorship to the certain sports and cultural programs. And finally, working in association with the different non-governmental organizations to develop the weaker section of the society. Means sometimes company, they can't directly approach the community, so they can take the help of the NGOs, and through the NGOs they can work towards the development of community. And finally, the responsibility towards other stakeholders includes suppliers, distributors, banks and other financial institutions. So here, with respect to suppliers, we can say ensuring regular and timely payment. So prompt payment should be made here. Then only I think we can build good relationship with the suppliers. Providing correct and clear specification to the suppliers regarding the raw materials, quality and other parameters, and ensuring fair dealings with the suppliers. Then with respect to distributors, we can say providing fair margin to the distributors, and to the banks and financial institutions, those are financed the company. So prompt payment of the loan with respect to payment of interest and principal amount, and providing accurate and clear information with respect to the financial position of the company through the balance sheet or profit and loss account and other financial statements like ratio analysis statements or fund flow statement or cash flow statement. So ultimately we can conclude that in a nutshell. So these are the stakeholders we can see. So shareholders, their expectation to get good return from the company on their investment. Employees, fair pay and good working conditions. Suppliers, regular business as well as prompt payment. For the customers, fair price and safe product. Local community, especially the employment opportunities. And government, following rules and regulations as well as upliftment of the community. And environment, some extent protecting the environment from the pollution. Thank you.